Hey, good morning, everyone. What is good? I love it. The chat's already lively this morning on a Friday. Christian Jocko, Grandpa Gary, Scalp Dylan, morning to y'all. And Chess. Chess, you don't usually say anything until you drop like this massive trade, man. It's good to it's good to chat a little bit more casually with you. Right on. Well, I hope everyone is ready for a good day today. We got our favorite thing cooking this morning, a nice trading range. Everyone's favorite overnight treat. Here's how I'm seeing it so far. Let's see if we get, shoot, man, we might get a trade already coming up to the top of the range right here. We do need to see this channel though be played out. Like if we get a failed breakout right in here while we're still in the channel, that's not a trade you want to take. You don't want to fight the trend, even if it's a short-term trend. Gotta wait till it's all done. I'm gonna see if this, you can redraw this like so. Honestly, that doesn't look any better. So anyway, yeah, we need to see a break and a new high of this channel before we consider taking a short, but contextually, you know, we are in a range, right? And when you're in a range, like, you gotta play range rules. You don't want to take really any trades in the middle unless it's super juicy. You're looking to buy the low of the range, sell the high of the range, because the majority of breakouts of a trading range will fail. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to try to go long right when it breaks this price, and they'll go short right when it breaks this price. And when you're in a trading range, that's not the most probable scenario. And even if it does break out, you usually get a test at that level first. Impulse Studios, hey, nice to see you. New face in the chat, good to have you. Holy, that was big. Let's change the size on that. I have no idea how that happened. There we go. So anyway, in order to feel, we're looking for a short at this level because we're in a trading range. We want to sell the high, but since we are in the short-term channel, we can't take it yet. What we really need to see are for prices to come, drift lower, break this channel, and make one more attempt and a new high. And when you see that pattern, then this channel is played out, because prices move in twos. So when you have an uptrend, you'll see a break and one more push, and that's when you can expect different momentum to start, even if it's just temporary. That's what we're looking for. If we break this, the top of the range really strongly, actually be looking for that to continue, and we could take a long. So yeah, the top and the bottom of the range, you always want to be thinking first of all, a failed breakout. But look for signs that it might be legit, because the trading range eventually will break. You will eventually see some movement up or down. Outside of the range, and so you need to figure out when that is. And when you have a strong move, and this is fairly strong here, this is a clue that you might get some continuation. So again, if we break up here strongly, we'll be looking for the top of the range to hold, and then perhaps a second entry long. So pullback first entry, pullback second entry. So I'm looking for either of those two things. One would be a drift lower here, a new high that we can then short, or a strong push up that has a second entry that we can take long. Chess, I wish, man, I wish. Trendy bullish Friday sounds good to me. I don't know that it will happen. Already showing some signs of resistance. That is a good thing here. For a short. Prices did not just blast up out of that range. Yeah, there you go, Carlos. It'll break, and then we'll be like, oh yeah, the trend incoming. And then, yeah, we'll get another little range up here somewhere. I'm just going to draw it on the chart so we know where it's going to be. We got a nice healthy ATR at the moment though. Over 2.5 points. All right, baby. And here we're getting the pre-open slowdown that has been so prevalent the last couple of weeks. Movement, movement, movement. Oh crap. 15 minutes before the open, let's put a break on this thing, and let's get like 6 dojis in a row before the open. News this morning. We do have some news for sure. No, that's Canada retail sales. Manufacturing PMI and services PMI coming up at 9:45. That could be interesting. It is a red event. So we for sure might see some volatility. be sure not to take any trades at, you know, 940, 941, anywhere in that range. You'd get shocked with a very quick loss or a very quick win. You know, I mean, if you like to roll the dice a little bit, actually. I hope you know I'm kidding. For those new folks, all right, don't endorse gambling. Not only is it a bad idea, you know, P&L wise, but psychologically it will not help you. All right, since we're cruising here at the top of the range, I want to know what y'all are feeling. All right, we're gonna do a little poll. We're gonna figure out whether or not we are going to come back into the range or have a legit breakout. All right, here we go. Let's see. Legit breakout or failure here at the top of the range. What do we got? Range, why change? I didn't know you were so poetic, Gary. $50-50 so far. Dang. All right, who's going to be the tiebreaker? Well, that kind of goes to show you kind of the sentiment at the top of a range. It kind of could go either way, right? But it's important to wait and read the bars, read the price action. It will tell you what's going to happen. If I get 2 stacked green bars right here, I'm not gonna no longer looking for the failure. Grant, what is up? But if we get just kind of a choppy drift and then, you know, this little move up with a wick and then a bearish bar, well, that's telling me that this is not strong enough. So it's the beauty about price action. It will give you exactly what you need to know. You just gotta watch the bars and read them. Well, we've formed like 2 bars in the last 10 minutes. All right, looks like we're gonna end the poll. Last chance to vote. Legit breakout or failure. What's gonna be happening here? Right at the open too, so that should be interesting. Pretty key level for us to open at right away. Most of us are thinking failure here. I don't know, to be honest. This is a pretty strong move up. We are stalling around this area. However, this is, you know, staying in the channel, so we have quite a ways to go to, you know, break the channel and then get a new high. So I don't know, man. I think it could go either way right now, honestly. I hope that we, you know, I kind of am hoping for a failed breakout. I like trading ranges, guys. I don't know why. They're a lot easier to read for me than a just kind of grinding bull day that just never stops going up and is full of first entries the whole way. Good morning, TT. Good to see you. All right, so we're above the range now. I'm gonna put a quick little line here, which is the technical overnight high. Main support, obviously, right here. Watching both levels to see how they react. You know, if this was any other time, I would say, hey man, look at this strong push up. I think this breakout's going to be legit. However, we're about 4 minutes away from the open and often see a reversal right at the open. So I would not be surprised if this just gets smacked down unexpectedly. Good morning, Toad. Few minutes before open, we get to play the greatest game on earth. I like that, Scalp. I totally agree. Honestly, that's what trading feels like to me. It does. And you know what? I've heard that from a lot of pros, that a lot of professional traders consider this kind of like a game. And honestly, for me, that's a very helpful way to view it, because if you're just thinking about your profits or whatever and how much you can make, yeah, it's just not gonna go well. Mentally, it's really hard to trade like that. But if you can see this as a game, like, okay, I am looking for the best setup, and I'm gonna try to win and kind of outsmart this game, the market. It definitely switches your mentality. It becomes less about the money and more about the challenge of winning. So yeah, if you're not in that mindset, I'd encourage you to experiment with that a little bit. Try to view this as a game. It's a game that pays really well. But yeah, if you don't like the challenge of like scoping out high probability trades and you know, really identifying where the best possible place is to take a trade, you don't like that challenge and you're just like, I want to, you know, make a quick buck, not gonna last long. So we have our first entry long so far. The top of the range is holding. Definitely not going to fade this. But it'll have to be pretty dang good to take a long. Now we're moving too far down to do that, so looks like failed breakout did happen, but can't take it right here. You have a nice bearish bar. You're still in this uptrend. You got to hold off on that, especially since there's not much room to the top of the range there. So yeah, no real way to enter this. Well, all of y'all who predicted that it was going to fail so hard at the top, it's exactly what's happening here. We still do have this uptrend here, and this is our break, so we're expecting at least an attempt to a new extreme. Let's see how that plays out. So can't take a short just yet. Want to see this push up. And there is as well a second entry long that just happened. First entry right here, second entry right here. Don't take that. That's not a good trade right there. You still have this downtrend working below the EMA. This really looks like one leg down. That kind of, you know, visually that looks like a first entry, so it worked out, but that's really not a high probability setup. It does look like we might go get that new high though. Especially if we get a nice bullish higher low right here. I won't trade it because we're coming off the top of the range, but local price action wise, it looks like that's what might happen. The short side, we already have our first entry from the low pullback. First entry short. We might get a pullback and a second entry short. Johnny, I would definitely caution against taking a long up here. It could work, but you gotta zoom out. Remember where you're at. This is a trading range. We are just coming off the highs. The most probable move from here is to the bottom of the range. So, are there instances when you can take a long near the high? Of course, but yeah, that's definitely not a top tier trade. Got to be cautious of stuff like that, especially if you're not consistently profitable yet. You want to definitely stick to the you know, most bread and butter obvious trades. Second entries with the trend, or yeah, things like that. Okay, so now we have a new low of our downtrend, and we might push up here. This correction channel had a break and new low, so now we might push up here and get above the range and continue some bullishness. Black and E's, good question. A bread and butter setup would be a second entry with the trend at the key entry point being the trend line or the EMA. There's none on this chart, but that is that's like the most standard setup price action wise. We don't have a trend to do that with. So now I'm watching here at the EMAs, seeing what they do. We have kind of two conflicting things here. One being that we're just coming off the top of the range. We expect prices to go down and test the bottom. But this downward move already had a break and a new low. So that's played out. That move is played out from a price action perspective, and we could definitely expect a bounce here. So do we expect the bounce and try to play along into that, or are we going to favor the larger contact? For me personally, I would still expect prices to continue downwards. Maybe we get a little bullish correction like this and then continue down, but we're still below the EMA, coming off range highs. That's what I'm expecting to happen. So we will see how price action plays out, but yeah, either way, definitely a spot to wait in the chart, as you're kind of expecting two different things to happen at the same time. Still holding below the EMA. Tight little congestion in here. Classic barbed wire formation here. Sure to cut you up if you enter a trade. This looks ripe to chop someone up in here. Thanks for the call out, Gary. 6 minutes till news. So for sure not taking anything right now. Yeah, exactly, Toad. This has been kind of the pattern as of late. Open into just a tight compressed range. Craziness. I think a failed breakout is going to be in the cards here, one way or another. I don't know which way it's going to be. That's not too clear, but I got to think that they're going to fake people out one way or the other. Four minutes to news. Yeah, this is gonna get violent, guys. Crazy, Gary. Placing a trade below any candle before news. Yikes. Yikes. I mean, you better be going for a small target, because you could get instantly filled and then it can reverse pretty quickly. So, you know, if you're gonna make a gamble like that, definitely go for a small target. Little push up here. Gotta think this is gonna be reversed strongly once the news hits. Just has that feeling to it, you know? I'm tempted to take this failed breakout here underneath that bullet bearish bar. Not gonna do it. My hands are right here. All right, not gonna do it. Yep, that would have worked. Yeah, no guts, no glory. I don't know. I don't know how long that strategy lasts, that mentality lasts. I mean, in a certain sense, you gotta, you have to put yourself out there to make money in the market, but do it on a high probability setup. Sure. Yeah, that failed breakout would have worked perfectly. And if we were not right before news, I would have taken that for sure. Because again, overall bias coming off the top of the range. EMA is holding prices here. Legit small trading range. We have a move up, a break, new high. So 2 legs up. Nice bearish bar. Failed breakout. I think that's a great trade, except for the pending news. That is the only thing that would hold me back from that. Yeehaw. Tempted to go short up here. And that is why. This is sissy news. That's right, Jocko. What is this? Only 5-point candles? Come on, you can do better than that. Oh, that's not even. That's 4 points. That is sissy. Where's this exactly? Where's the 60-point stuff? Come on now. Here we go. Gotta test the downside now. The algo's gotta figure out what's down there. Come on, little robots. Go on down. Look at that formation, guys. Green, red, green, red, green. The barcode, the Christmas barcode of death. It's crazy. This is like its own little trading range. Little news trading range. Got a feeling a failed breakout will work here too. Not trading it. All right, my hands are right here. Just observing. Trying to take some shots in the dark here. Well, just waiting for things to settle down here. It does look like things are starting to slow down, act slightly more normal. You have a slight bullish bias going on. Again, guys, I just shared some secrets of the universe. I apologize that my mic was muted for that. You will never know that hidden wisdom. But maybe it was not meant for you to know. Yeah, that's 2 days in a row of hidden wisdom. Actually, I was just commenting on the fact that Apex yet again extended their sale, so the valuation account's still 90% off. Crazy, they extended it again. This has been like 3 different extensions this year, so still opportunity to get some evaluation accounts at 90% off. Super good deal. And then you can also trade multiple funded accounts. That's what I do. I have a trade copier, so when I enter a position, it enters that same position across all my accounts. So you can imagine like the possibilities there as far as maximizing your P&L and also minimizing your risk. Like if you're only risking you know, a certain amount, a small amount in one account, then that's a lot easier to manage. And same, like if you're only just going for a little bit, just making little base hits in one account that's spread across 20 accounts, you can get into some serious numbers. So anyway, Still time. They extended it. I don't know how many more extensions are going to be, but you can see all the info there in the description, etc. So it looks like we really do have 2 legs down of this bearish move now. Actually, more than that. We went past that. And this is kind of its own leg, so let's see if we can get a channel here. We do not even have a first entry quite yet. There's our first entry. Maybe we can get a second entry short here at the EMA. Still quite the gap between here and the EMA. Prices are going to have to come up quite a bit. This might be one of those first entry and drop kind of scenarios. Yep, that's what's gonna happen here. Unless by some miracle we reverse here, it looks like we will not get an entry. Okay, we're nearly to the bottom of the range here. This move has already had a break and a new low, so technically that down move is played out. However, this is quite strong, so we might have the possibility of a larger channel. It's going to be hard to play a larger channel right there because we're going to be right at the bottom of the range, and we have to keep overall bias in mind. The overall bias is trading range, or the overall structure rather. So got this up just in case we continue to blow through levels, get past the bottom of the range, but I think more than likely this is what we got going. Breaking a new low and looking perhaps to bounce here. Kind of interesting that we never touched the bottom of the range down there. This is kind of a random spot to bounce. Yeah, the measured move would put us like right to the bottom of the range, so I think we can expect that to happen. You don't get a move down like this and then just like stop before testing that low and instantly reverse. So I think we could still consider a short here if a second entry happens. Yeah, Black and Ease, exactly. This would be bread and butter. With the trend, right? Our trend is currently down, looking for a second entry. That is absolutely the bread and butter. So we have a pullback. That's our first, and then a second entry. So that is what we were looking for. That would be high probability bread and butter setup. But yet again, it looks like we are likely to get just a first entry and drop. That is okay. Finding high probability setups takes patience. That's just what it is. Can you trade these first entries? Yeah, for sure. For sure. Can you trade this first entry? For sure. Will you be profitable in the long run? I don't know. Not as high probability. You really want to give yourself the best opportunity to have an edge. If you just trade first entries, you will not have that same edge. So, gotta be patient. No entry there. But we are now at the lows of the range. We can look for signs of support. And again, in a range, our bread and butter setup for that is buying at the low, a failed breakout, right? A move down, a nice bullish bar. And then even in this situation, we'd want a higher low to take long. We do have to be cautious though, because this was a strong move. So the likelihood that we see continuation is higher than if we, just kind of randomly chopped all the way to the bottom. And if we have our channel drawn tightly to this swing, we already have a break and new low of this larger channel. So let's see how prices react here at the bottom. See if we can get a failed breakout, higher low confirmation, and we might get the opportunity to go long here. This is looking pretty strong. I don't think I'm going to fade this. I would likely need a failed second entry short at this point. But this is looking pretty legitimate. And here it looks like we're getting another first entry, perhaps. First entry and drop. Yep, yesterday's low is really close here. I'm gonna mark it on the chart. Okay, so we have our first entry short here. Maybe if we get a really strong push up and get another short entry short that fails, I might consider taking that long. I don't like how that bearish bar formed. That was pretty quick. I don't think I'm going to take a long here. This has been some pretty strong momentum down. Even though we had a failed breakout here and we're back into the range, we still could have some continuation of this move here. Very strong. Now, could this failed second entry short work? Of course. But context-wise, I don't think it's very clear cut. And we didn't even get a nice signal bar anyway. This little correction channel already has a break and a new high. We might push down below the EMA here. Maybe we can get a failed second entry long or something. Hey, Zippins? Technically, yeah, it was a trap. You had, from the lows, you had your first entry short right here, pull back, second entry short right here, and that is failing. So technically, this trap right here worked. It wasn't a great, it was, you know, a bearish doji bar, so I don't think it's one you could really consider. If that had ended bullish, I think that'd be worthy of consideration. We might get two legs up here of this bullish move. That would put us right at the 10K's EMA. EMA starting to flatten out a little bit here. Robert, that's what I'm doing, brother. Talking through everything I'm thinking right now. When would I take a trade now? That's always contextual, right? Right now, I think main bias is bearish. Well, I mean, look, I can't give you like a rule that is kind of, works anytime, anywhere. I'm trading price action, right? So every chart's different, every day is unique. But in general, I'm trading with the trend on trend day. And so if the trend is up, I'm only looking for longs. If the trend is down, I'm only looking for shorts. And that goes for shorter term channels too, like this one right here. When you have this move down, I am only looking for shorts here. So that's one thing. And then in a trading range, like so, I am looking to buy the lows and sell the highs. So that's why we've had a little bit of conflicting things today. It hasn't been as clear because like this move up, we're looking to take a long on a bullish trend, but it's also a trading range. So you're looking to sell right here. So you can't really take a buy up at this area. So that gives you some clues for sure. Right now, we are kind of in a moment of indecision. We had this big bearish move down, only looking for shorts in this. And we, like I said, I don't know if you're here, but I was looking for a short right here and I would have taken it if it had formed right. I was looking for a short right here and I would have taken it if it had formed right. Now that we're coming back into the range, I don't know if we're gonna get any more continuation of this. It was pretty strong, or if the range is going to win out. We have a breakout here, so we might just float up to the top. So this is a moment of indecision in the charts for sure, and I'm not there's no potential setup right now, but I would have taken a trade right here. We're in a bearish move and I was looking for a second entry. So a second entry would be a pullback, first entry like that, pullback, second entry. It didn't form. Same thing here. Looking for a second entry, it didn't form. We just had a pullback and a first entry. Pullback and a first entry. So that's when I would have taken a trade if a second entry had formed right here or right here. Those are the two areas that I would have legit entered a position. And now we are in waiting mode. We have our measured move. You bet. I'm trying my best to explain my thought process, and yeah, I know, especially if you're new to price action, it can kind of be a lot to take in. So I appreciate the questions. Keep them coming. Do my best to explain what I'm thinking clearly. And right now what I'm doing is just playing around with channels, because always trying to find the bias, always trying to find what trend is working. Right now it looks like we do have a bullish trend that is working, and that makes sense coming off the range lows. So now I am looking for a long, a more long biased. So the setup I'm looking for now would be a second entry long. So a pullback, first entry, pullback, second entry. That's the pattern I'm looking for. Can't just happen anywhere. Want it to happen close to the EMA. That's an area of high probability when you get a pullback to the EMA. So that is what I'm currently looking for. I'm going to switch over to the 10,000 tick chart to see if anything is more clear. It is not. Looks about the same. We got a trading range. Oh, let's see if we can get that second entry long. If you're appreciating anything that I've shared this morning, please give this stream a like. We got, 20 something people in here, only 12 likes. That means, either half of you are asleep or I'm doing a bad job. One of the two. Maybe I need more jokes. Is that what it is, guys? I can tell more jokes. Okay, I can definitely tell more jokes. I won't guarantee they will be good jokes, but I can definitely tell jokes. I have two little kids, a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old. Thank you, Toad. Appreciate that. So I am actually the funniest man in the world. I don't know if you knew that, but just ask my 4 and 6-year-old. I am the funniest. Thanks, Zippins. That's unfortunately the case. I am definitely a dad joke kind of guy. And it's funny because when I was a kid like that, my dad was like that. He only had puns. Like that was all he had, and I remember being a teenager. I was just like, Dad, you're not funny. Like, don't stop making jokes. It's terrible. Now that I'm an adult, that's the only style of humor I have. Yeah, that's true, Toad. I really love the age of my kids too. It's a really fun age. Everything's exciting. Everything's cool. I don't even want to think about having teenagers. Oh, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Yeah, I think that's the thing. Like teenagers don't have to be a mess. Good parenting cures a lot of that stuff. Wow, I start talking about kids and parenting and like all the views go down. People are like, forget this guy. It's funny. Sorry. Look, I'm kidding, all right? I love Lambos. I love expensive vacations and expensive watches. Is that better? I'm starting a TikTok, all right? Dang, look at this move. Nice, Jocko. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, if I start flashing like Rolexes in the stream, showing pictures of my Lambo, that'll really get the views. All right, so there's been no way to enter this thing. The only possible thing you could have done is way down here, played the failed breakout high or low. That's super risky because of this downtrend. So unless you got in right there, maybe you played this failed second entry short on the doji, also not great. So yeah, that's just the thing, man. You're not going to be able to catch every move. That's just trading. Things are going to skyrocket without you, and there's nothing wrong with this strategy. You just simply cannot catch all those moves. So all you need is a couple good trades per day, and don't worry about the rest. And maybe you guys are already past that. Like, you can see a move like this and not feel anything. But I know early in my journey, I'd be like, oh god, it's going up, I gotta get in. I'd buy somewhere, in here, and now we're pulling back, and I'd be nervous. So if you're feeling that at all, Just know that you don't need to catch everything. You just need a couple high probability moves. You got to be patient for them. But if you do, you can be successful with this thing. And yes, Jocko, I picked up those pavers with the Lambo. Picked up a little trailer to it and everything. Well, now it is definitely looking too late to buy. We're at the top of the range. We could see a move down. Don't rule it out. I think I'm going to widen my channel because this kind of looked like an overshoot at first. But with an overshoot, you usually see a stronger correction. That's not happening. We're just continuing up. So when that occurs, you can widen your channel. Usually means there's a bigger pattern going on. So if we can blow past this high here, going back to what setups I would take, we can blow past that high and then give a second entry long above the range high, keeping that as support. If that can happen right along this trend channel, EMA hopefully will catch up by that point. That is a trade that I would take. Nice bullish bar, second entry long, 2 legs. That would be bread and butter. High probability setup. Good question, Jocko. I think, look, when you're looking for a range high, it does not have to be the actual high, right? You want to look for a place that has lots of touches, and I think this is perfect. Like, you got like this level right here, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5 touches now, so I think this is exactly where you want the range high. Now, with that said, it's not an exact number, right? This is just kind of an area we're looking at. And so area, if you think about it that way, area wise, you know, that's where prices are turning down. The most of the time is right around there. So I think this is kind of the perfect place for it. It's not an exact line, it's not an exact level, it's an area. This looks like it might be our first entry. This is not where we want this to happen. So right here we could get a first entry, second entry long. I don't like that it's happening here below the range high. We already touched that level, so the likelihood that we go down is good. Although this is a strong move. I mean, look what happened here, right? We had a strong move, but then the range won out. We had a failed breakout. So same kind of thing can happen here. Dang, this is a strong move. Look how bullish this is. Well, we're now at the range high, so you can seriously see the prices just turning down here. You got to be cautious of that. You want to take a long only if prices have proved that they're going to be trading above that area, you know, so that's where I want the setup to occur, right in there. We got our first entry. I still would consider taking a second entry here if there's plenty of room to the highs. But it's got to pull back more. We want to see it happen down in here. This is pretty high up. Again, we have our first entry. This is our second pullback. We want it to come lower to the EMA. Give that second entry. I'll consider taking that if it looks really nice, but if it happens up here with lots of room to the EMA, you don't want to take that. This also looks like this kind of a little mini range here. Looks like we might get our second entry right up here. Yep, there's our second entry. Can't really take that. But to, again, for those asking what's the bread and butter setup look like, that would have been it. Again, legitimate uptrend, pullback, first entry. You get a second pullback that happens right there in a second entry. That's bread and butter. You want to see that right here, your signal bar to be nice and bullish. The only reason I didn't take it here is because we were far from the EMA. And if there's space between the EMA, the likelihood that you go lower and test it is high. You gotta, you want prices to pull back to the EMA to make it more high probability. The other thing right here that you got to be cautious of, and I don't think this was a good setup. You're going long right into that high right there. All that resistance, that could easily just tick up 1 or 2 ticks, touch the top of the range, and head back down. Yeah, you don't. Exactly, Blackenese. Exactly. So that's why I wouldn't take it right there. And that's exactly why you want to see it happen lower, right? You want to see it happen lower like this so that there's plenty of room between where you enter and the horizontal. You're scalping out right here. And then if you're runner, and that's why we leave a runner contract on, if that keeps going up, great. But yeah, you don't know if it's going to get past that horizontal resistance. Exactly. Okay, so again, this is what happened at the bottom, right? We had a strong move and a breakout that then failed. So looking for signs of that to happen here. We already had a break and new high, so our bullish channel is technically played out. We could get perhaps a lower high right in here. That would be a decent short. Okay, so this looks like perhaps our first entry long here. We're still above the EMA. I don't know about taking this lower high. We'll see if it forms really nice. And it's not even ticking higher. Perhaps also finding support right here where a little mini range was. You could consider this lower high here for sure. That ends bearish. You could definitely consider that one. Doesn't look like it will though. EMA is holding prices for the time being. I'm not gonna take a short here yet. I agree, Black and Ease, it does still look pretty bullish. This was the chance right here for bears to push below the EMA, start to get some momentum going, but we bounced right off it. We're back above the range. You know, there was a lot of support right in here. So yeah, I think the time for a short is dwindling, and we might even have like spike in a channel, something like that. We'll see how this channel plays out, right? Because we had this move down, break, see if we can get a new low, how low it goes. If we kind of get just a marginal new low here and then bounce above the EMA, we'll start looking for longs again. See if this support holds right here. This is again another moment of kind of indecision in the charts, because overall context, again, trading range, always remind yourself of the overall context. So we reached the high, had a failed breakout. You're expecting prices to come down again to the bottom. However, this could be some support here. And this move down may not gain steam. If that doesn't gain any steam, when we start bouncing here again, then you can, you know, and especially if we move above this level, then all of a sudden you're not going to expect prices to come down here anymore. So this is kind of a waiting area to see if there is a bias one way or another. Watch the EMA, watch how it reacts. Our price is holding above it or below it. Watch the short-term channels. We have continuation there right now, a break and a new low. That's technically played out, and we're right on that support. So we could see a bounce here. And if we see a bounce, let's see how strong it is. That's how you got to read price action. Always, like, just considering your overall context, right? But then looking at the local price action to see how it fits into that. Is it playing along with the overall context, or is it something else starting to develop? So right now I'm starting to kind of feel a little bit more bullish. We have 2 legs down. Prices like to move in 2s. As you can see, that's like 1 leg down, 2 legs down. This is where we would expect a bounce. And we're right at this level, holding that area. All right, Black Knees. Good to have you with us. Thanks for the questions and the insight. And wait, is today's Friday? Dang. Okay, we'll have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday. Tempted to take this failed breakout here. Okay, so now we are pushing below that area. May get a wider pattern going. See how it all sets up. And if we do start pushing lower, that's when we're gonna look for a short. So I'm kind of thinking that's what was gonna happen here. We'll let it go down, and then we will watch the corrections, see if we get a nice second entry short. This range is working out beautifully. Fortunately, I have not had the chance to really play it. Just because it's been so strong of moves either way. Strong move down, really hard to fade that. Strong move up, really hard to fade that. That is okay. That is going to happen. Natural part of trading for sure. Don't like that wide channel. but it doesn't feel right to start the channel on this second leg here. I'm gonna look at the 10K, see if there's any. Yeah, I mean, that does look like you can start it at the top. Why can I not find that channel on the 2K chart? Probably because it cuts through some of this like that. Yeah, dude, trading at the beach. Timothy Sykes style. Actually on a cliff in Morocco right now, overlooking the ocean. I'll wear a hat, dude, because I don't think y'all want to see this every day, okay? No one wants to see this every day. No, actually, you know what? The reason I wear a hat is my wife suggested that. She's like, my wife's Mexican and kind of from the hood, so forgive me if I give her an accent. But she's like, dude, you look better with a hat. Just wear a hat. Like, people don't want to see your bald head. So that's why I do it. I do. I'm just listening to my wife, you know. Do wear it proud. Dang, what a move, man. What a move. Exactly, Zippins. You got it. You know what's up. Okay, let's see if we can get a second entry short here. Yeah, it can definitely be hard to watch a move like this and know that, dang, I could have been in on that. The only possibility really you can get in on this move is if you take the failed second entry long. You got your pullback, first entry, pullback, second entry right there, and then it fails. That's actually pretty good, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, with this range support, I wasn't too sure if we were gonna have a little failed breakout and continue up. EMA was flattening. We had already had 2 legs of bearish correction. To me, that wasn't a sure trade. But yeah, if you're seeing that, if you trust that the range and that we're gonna go lower, that's where you want to get short right there. Come on, man, get a pullback. Let's go. Give us a chance to get in on some of this. Come on now. Not gonna happen. And yet again, we find ourselves at the bottom of the range after a really strong move. How can you fade this? You know, how can you even think about going long here? But you know what? That's probably exactly what will happen. We'll just put in a random bar and then prices will reverse the other way. Why not? This looks like an overshoot here as well. See if I can draw this. Yes, that still doesn't look right. Can't really draw it off that the high. Makes more sense off that second swing. Here's what we're gonna do. This gets going. Oftentimes what will happen is you will have 2 tiers of the channel, something like that. And we are now above or below yesterday's low of day, or at least we peaked below. Now we are breaking it. Feels a little sketchy to take a short down here after we couldn't break yesterday's low. But we'll see also how the bottom of this channel holds. We get a juicy second entry short right here. I might have to take it. We do have 3, look at that, lower, lower, lower. There's our first entry. This is the kind of move that's not going to give you a second entry. Well, the good news is, guys, we have a lot of movement today, so even if you haven't gotten a trade so far, I just feel like there's going to be a lot of opportunities today with how things are moving. We have a range, but it's a nice, you know, healthy, wide range with lots of movement, so there's lots of chances to get in on this action. And I don't think we're gonna get that second entry, folks. Oh, maybe. Here we go. Movement is very healthy, that's for sure. Definitely. It's just so hard to fade these moves, you know? That's the problem with it. It's playing out perfectly, but it's like, dude, this is getting some serious momentum. I don't know if I want to fade this. Like right now, who's going long right now? How could you even think about that? Pushing above the EMA. Let's see what we got here. And you know what, Jocko? You're probably right. You honestly, with how things are working out, going long there probably is exactly what you want to do. I don't know. Just can't do it, man. Way too strong momentum. I think you get that momentum where, shoot, there's our second entry short. Didn't play out nicely. I was looking for a short here. First entry right there. Second entry right there. Maybe if we can get a quick lower high. Quick little lower high, I might enter. Come on, baby. Come on, just give a lower high. Help a brother out. Give me an entry here. Could be a short trap. I'll put myself out there and find out. Come on, baby. Pick higher. Nope, it's gotta go higher. Come on now. Want to entice some more bulls here. Nope, it's gonna go. Okay, so let's see what prices do here. I want to see a nice tick higher and then kind of an instant reversal. It's got to look really juicy here. We have our tick higher. I want to see the EMA hold, get a quick reversal to the downside. But if this starts pushing up into the range or, you know, closing above the EMA, no dice. All right, Zippins, take care. Appreciate it. Have a great weekend. Yeah, so I can't take it now. We're pushing back up into the range. And yet again, it looks like we are going to have a massive move that just instantly gets reversed. And the failed second entry short worked. First entry short, second entry short, failure, and we were going back up. Trust the range. Thing is, this is exactly, I've seen this so many times where you have a really strong move like this, and that's when you get continuation. Same here. Like, I definitely trust the range when we have some kind of choppy action leading up and down. You know, if this move down had been kind of all over the place, and then we get down here, like, I'm taking that failed breakout every time. But when you have just this super strong push down, that's really hard to reverse, and you don't even have a new low of this down move. you have a break and then nothing. But in hindsight, this trade is really good. I was initially, again, worried about this support right here, but we did kind of break below it, you know, and this was kind of a breakout pullback. We also had 2 legs that was keeping me out of it, but that was a scenario where I should have trusted the range a little bit more, because this uptrend already did play out with a break and a new high. So yeah, if you took this trade, I think that was a good one for sure. And obviously it worked out as if it was a good one. Yeah, in hindsight, I like it. Live, I don't know, I just couldn't take that with the possibility of the support holding and us going higher. This, I really can't, I don't think I can justify, because this was so strong. You didn't have a new low. You're below the EMA. It is a failed second entry short, but I don't think you can take that. Even though it's working, I don't think that's a good setup. Who would have thought a trading range? Surprise, surprise. Yeah, and so now again, I think we're going to have to wait a little bit. Because right here, we're at the low of the range. Will we continue to head up? Or will this be the point where we've tested this level and we can continue down? This move still never got a new low. So I think the chance of a downside move is still there. As I say that, looks like we're kind of might be starting that. But anyway, that's what to look for right now. Just wait until something is really clear one way or another. Could be trapping some bulls who are trusting this support here. See, now we're pushing down, and actually we might get a setup right here. We already have a first entry long, another pullback. Maybe if we can get a second entry long right there at the EMA, might take that. Still expecting the new low of the downtrend. At some point, this range has got to break one way or another. We can't just stay there forever. So this could be it. Maybe we'll get one more little entry here. Nice bearish bar. I'll take a chance on that for sure. Come on, baby. Move up for me. Give me a chance. Give me a chance. Yeah, there we go. Okay. We'll see how this forms here. I want to see this level hold, and I want to see a fast reversal on this bar. Got to be quite decisive. Does not look like that's what's happening there. Nope. Okay. Never mind there. And so my original statement stands that this is an area to wait in. with us just kind of chopping around the bottom of the range here. Wait for something to develop, clean, second entry. At this point, I'm expecting us to move up and maybe get a second entry long, right in here or something. That'd be cool. But I think after all these moves up and down, we might just chop around in this area for a while. So lots of movement. That's good. I think there's going to be plenty of setups today if you're just following the short-term channels, considering the overall structure. Range is still in play until proven otherwise. And yeah, with that, guys, I hope y'all have a great weekend. Rest up, take some time off the markets, enjoy time with your families or friends, and yeah, appreciate y'all. See you Monday morning. Take care, everyone.